My
Watch
dog
this.
over there.
Oh
My
yeah.
dog over there is gonna fuck you up.
What
Right,
is he
Luna?
just gonna do? What is Luna gonna do? Luna's gonna lick me to death.
You know, that is a way to die.
It's not like what are they gonna do? Lick through all the skin on me? Like,
I mean, how else do you think dogs get portions of the meat in a body?
I mean, technically, I have the
They
toughest skin because I'm a black dude. You know, the melanin and everything.
Yo, yo, yo.
Does that make your skin tough?
It does. Oh, I can. We can hear Leo, but we can't see Leo.
Yeah, how do I get my camera on?
Hit start video.
Now that depends on what device he's using.
Are you doing this from your phone?
No, I'm on my MacBook.
Oh yeah,
It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
What did I
but
do?
I'm definitely we're not showing screens. It should be in the bottom left-hand corner.
There we go.
There's like There's like a video camera and a mute button.
We're technologically there we go. Ha.
Oh.
What up?
Yeah, he sounds like
He's not black, but I bet you he has good skin.
He does have good skin. Look at him.
Okay, but he's not black, so doesn't have to be super tough skin.
But I mean, if a dog had to lick through your skin and then my skin, it would take them longer to get through mine because, you know, years and years of selective breeding have made this what you see before you. Yeah.
Selective breeding on whose part?
Slave owners. Bam, I got you. We went there.
You're saying you last longer?
Yeah, I'll last longer. People look at me like I was in the gym today, right? Alex looked at me.
Well, I'd hope so.
She's like, there's no reason for a human to be that muscular and big. I'm like, look, this isn't my fault. It's your people's fault for breeding us real selectively. And I come from a long line of plow pulling motherfuckers. So, haha.
Oh my God. Every fucking podcast.
Yep.
He's got to plug the fact that he's black. Like nobody could figure that out.
Hey, you guys are just built different, bro.
See? Yeah.
You're not even light skinned.
What?
I said you are not even light skinned, Ken. So it's not like you have to plug the fact that you're black.
I don't even want to be team light skin. That's weird.
No. What's your background, Leo?
Yeah, what are you, Leo?
I'm just Mexican, bro.
He's just Mexican.
That's it.
Wait, Leo, how old are you?
23.
Wait, first of all,
holy fuck.
First of all, before we keep calling him Leo, I want to know your government name.
Leonel Franco's right there.
Yeah, Leonel Franco.
Hey, he just said that he's Mexican. He could have like 5 middle names for all we fucking know.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, my middle name is Martinez.
Thank you. It could be like that dude from The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody who had like 9 middle names and like half of the last name.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you remember that? Esteban?
Yeah, dude, I do.
My middle name is like a last name, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like you take your middle name's the last name of your mother, or is it like your father?
Yeah. My middle name is my mom's last name.
All right. Well, this is bullshit because on his wall it says Leonel Franco. So,
what you want to do, Leonel?
You've been lying to everybody.
I mean, not really. I don't think anyone picks their middle name.
The name of this podcast needs to be Leonel Martinez.
Oh, I'm leaving, bro.
Dude, I don't even have a middle name.
Well, that's because of selective breeding.
Yeah, and I'm a serial killer.
That's not something you should be saying on this. You've already talked about almost murdering people.
No, there's a thing with, yeah.
Both of us have almost murdered people.
I've killed people. It's okay. I've been through.
I kill like, what is it? Like 1 million people every 2 days. Think about it. Think about it.
Oh, and he beats his dick.
Took you long enough.
Oh God. So Leo,
that's also selective breeding.
I'm gonna call him Leo. I'm not gonna say Leo. That's fucking.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I just wanted to know what his government name was.
Yeah, just Leo.
Just Leo.
All right, sweet.
Dude, I saw him. I saw you at the West Coast Classic last year, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's a small human." And then I looked, and I was like, "Oh, he moves well." And I was like, "I could never do that."
Did you just call him small?
Yeah, he's small.
I thought he was. Oh, and he's drinking, what is that, pre-workout? BCAAs?
BCAA.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't drink coffee, so this is like my coffee.
Ooh, you might be on the wrong podcast, buddy.
Yeah, I tried, man. I tried. Like it looks good. I'm not gonna lie. Like coffee looks good, and I tried to get into it, but it wasn't for me.
Dude, last night coffee saved my life again.
How?
Yeah, I got fucked up yesterday.
Okay, yeah, no, just stop there. I saw your
We went
story.
out.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
went
yeah,
out
you
drinking by the pool at our buddy's place, and he has one of those. It's like a shotgun buddy or some shit like that. From I think Mike Stud came up with it.
Oh,
And
yeah, yeah.
like you like click it on the top of a beer, and it has like a long funnel, and then
Yeah.
like you just invert it, puncture it, and go. I think I did 2 of those. I had 3 hard AF seltzers that are 8% seltzers. So those ones I was drinking on that podcast when I was
Yeah.
wearing this shirt. The 2 of those that I had that day, I had 3 yesterday. And then like 3 twisted teas or something like that, all like in a matter of like 4 hours.
bro.
But
I
we
can't
go out
drink
to
like that.
we go out to dinner, and I had taken like a 30-minute nap before dinner. I woke up hungover, like just absolutely everything was a mess. By the time we got to dinner,
you know what doesn't do that to you?
water.
Weed.
No, good point.
Fucking
Well,
great.
Well,
yeah.
we had espresso martinis to kind of shake the immediate feeling, kind of ease into it, and then I had a coffee right afterwards.
Leo, do you think adding caffeine with alcohol is a good idea?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't drink, so.
Have you had an espresso martini, Ken?
Yeah, I've had coffee with alcohol, and it
was delicious.
Good. It's like I'm in this rebound of like, I want to do shit. No, I don't. I want to do shit. I want to pass out. Like,
we're not talking about black coffee with fucking like Hennessy in it.
Wow, you went straight for the blackest drink you could think of.
I didn't know what else to say, so.
But no, Leo, you don't drink?
No, not at all, bro. I've never gotten drunk.
Don't start. Don't fucking start,
It's
man.
fair. It's good.
Actually, yeah, one time I was like 8. That's the only time I ever got drunk.
That's
Okay, was
fair.
there supposed to be a teen after that?
No.
Just a hard 8?
It's a brown people thing.
8 hard stop.
Happened to me too. It's a
Sweet.
brown people thing.
What was it? Beer, wine?
No, it was like those Mike's lemonade thing.
Oh, Jesus. Christ.
I didn't know. I didn't
Back
know,
when seltzers were.
I didn't know they had like.
Let me take this
alcohol.
pullover off real quick.
Back when hard seltzers were frowned upon way back in the day. And now we're all hard seltzer drinkers. So take this quick second to welcome Leo Franco to the pod.
Yeah.
I feel like we got to do that at some point here so that people know his name and know that he's not a co-host. He is a guest. we didn't make this a trio now.
I want to apologize too because Thursday was my fault. I'm dumb as fuck,
Bro, it's fine.
I was in there for like 40 minutes at noon, bro. I was like 12:20, 12:30, 12:40.
You didn't DM us?
He
did.
did.
You know what? I think I got it wrong.
He did. He DM'd me and I was taking a nap. And I woke up and I was like, oh man, shit, he's still sitting there, huh?
Oh shit. So then when we hopped on, he hopped off and just like we all just played telephone tag essentially?
No, we were on. We waited 15 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got off and then at 1 o'clock, he got on. 1 o'clock my time. And like he got on there. He was supposed to be on at 12. I was supposed to be on at he was supposed to be on at 11. 12 for me, 1 for you. And he kind of got backlogged. But it's all good. He's 23 years old. I expected that to happen.
Did you now?
Yeah, we had this conversation in the Zoom.
Well, we had that conversation that day, but that was unfair to him. So Leo Franco's on the podcast today. Leo is from Nevada, correct? Where are you originally from? Oh, he's born and raised there?
Yeah, born and raised here in Vegas.
Oh, in Vegas. Damn. And he is the fittest man in Nevada. But now are you technically the fittest person in Nevada? Do any of those girls give you a run for your money?
Yeah, I think it was Danielle that finished ahead of me. That was it.
I mean, how long
I've seen how much this boy can clean. I'm pretty sure Danielle's not taking him.
I mean, like in workouts, you know. But
true.
I go over there and train sometimes. It's cool, but I don't like going there too much.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just like
people.
It's just like that group setting. I'm not too much of a fan of. I like training by myself.
Same.
Plus, once you get around some of those like rising stars, I feel like you start to have to be around their people as well. And
exactly.
If those aren't your people, then you don't mesh well all the time.
Yeah, and like they have like a different way to warm up and stuff, and it kind of takes more time to just like 8 people doing the same workout and stuff. Like I like to just go in, start on my time, like.
Oh, okay. So here's a good question. And I know Hayes posted this a while ago. You know Molanza, right?
Yeah.
So he had posted this, I think, a few months ago. It was, is socializing in the gym good or bad for athletes, like competitive athletes, right? That's like paraphrasing it in and of itself, but I think he was just basically asking, like, do people go to the gym and socialize, or is socializing at the gym seen as like, hey, I need to get my shit done and get out?
Yeah, I think it depends on what you're trying to do. I've gotten this a lot where like people say like, hey, are you like mad or something? Like there's like definitely a switch between like when I'm coaching, I'm like a different Leo versus when I'm training. I'm like an asshole when I'm training. Like I don't talk to anyone. Like I'll go in the gym and there'll be like members there training and wanting me to coach them. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like during my training, during like 1 to 4 open gym, like I'm not there to coach you. I'm there to train, like I'm not coach during this time. I'm there to be selfish and do my shit, versus when I'm coaching, I'm all for like, this is your time,
Yeah. You're
it's
paying
funny.
for this.
It's funny that you figured that out as such a, I keep calling me young because Leo, I'm 31 years old. I'm the oldest person here. It's crazy. But like for you to be able to figure that out at a young age, to be able to go, okay, this is what I'm giving to people, which is good that you're giving to individuals. And then at the same time, you go, okay, that time's over with. Turn the switch in my head. All right, now I am Leo training for Leo Franco. I'm trying to make it to a goal. Like, was there ever a point where you couldn't do that?
No, I think it's always been like that. Just like I like to get after it. And I think people that have different goals kind of maybe like hold me back sometimes. So that's why I like training by myself. Like if you're gonna train with me, like train, do exactly what I do, do everything I do, or like don't even hop in at all.
Well, because that's like when anybody asks like a friend or somebody else in the gym, like, hey, do you want to do this with me? There's normally an intent behind that. Yeah. We're like, hey, I'm asking you either as a friend, and you'll know, because like, hey man, how are you today? Would you like to do this with me? Versus like I had a friend the other day, she just wanted me to do a workout with her. And she was just like, hey, she's on the team here. And she was like, hey, I need like a partner. Would you like to do this with me? It's like, okay, now I know what the connection is here. My performance is, or your performance is based on mine. So I'm not here to fool around, shit back and forth. Exactly. Yeah. Right. And as a girl, for her, who's serious about this as well, like that turns it into a slightly different gig as well, because now you are trying to keep your tempo to push them, and then you were trying to block out everybody else. I think at our gym, I've seen that a little bit, especially with myself. This year, I kind of talked to Jess, and I was like, hey, this is going to be the year I'm going to be about all the shit I've said, all the shit I said I wanted to do, right? Like, COVID and all that time, like for some people, it just became, all right, relationships, work, when we focus on other stuff. That was me. So this one, when I went in the gym this year, I was kind of like, all right, I'm going to talk to people less. Like I'm here for this. That's what I'm going to be here for. If I'm here for class with my wife, I'll socialize a little bit more. Where, Ken, you remember Dee Dee, right?
Yeah, I remember Dee Dee.
The first time I coached with her, or for her under that gym, I remember her telling me like, hey, there are certain individuals that come in for classes as well. So even as a coach, giving your undivided attention to those people, like immediately, bad idea.
Yeah.
That's give them the baseline coaching, right? You give them like, hey, I'm going to give you some pointers here and there, make sure you're safe. But if you don't come back, I don't want to know that I gave you all this attention in the first like 2 days. Because then if you just decide hey, I'm done, you have other people in your gym that are loyal members that you may need to give more attention to.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know, there's a lot to be said about giving your time to somebody, as I'm sure each one of us like each one of us have coached or is still coaching at gyms now or in the past. But like, I think last week is female, she's 14, 15, Kaya Fair. She placed 35th in North America. And I was like, holy crap, that's really good. And she was like, I really hate wall balls. So James Townsend wrote her a workout. It was a 10-minute EMOM of 15 wall balls. And she was like, I really don't want to do this. I'm like, look, I'll do it with you. It's fine. And she's like, okay. And I think we got to minute 6 or 7. and she was like, I'm gonna cry. Like she was gonna cry. She was like, this is so hard because she's a tiny little girl and she's got to jump to push that 14-pound pole up there. And I just look at her. I like look at her in her face and I'm like, look, you're literally working for 30 seconds out of this 1 minute interval. We got 4 intervals left. You got what, 120 seconds of like work left. That's it. Like let's reframe it that way. Like how many times have you had to reframe some really hard stuff before, Leo? How do you do that? What does your mind do?
Man, that was literally me last night, dude. It's not so much like reframing. I get this more like neutral thinking, like where I'm looking at it for like what it is and not like letting my negative thoughts get to my performance. So like last night I went to go do some hill sprints where it's 100 meters, about like 100 meters up. It takes me about like 18 to 20 seconds. And then it's about a minute 40 walk back down. And I do that for 10 sets. So overall, I'm working out for 20 minutes, but I'm only sprinting for, I think it's 4 minutes.
4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 20 seconds. So I'm like 5 intervals in and I'm fucking dying, dude. Like I'm walking back. I'm walking back. And like where this hill is, it's super cool because you can see like the whole strip and shit. And like I'm walking back and I'm looking at the strip and like I have sweat going down my eyes and everything's blurry. And I'm looking back and I'm like, fuck, man, I'm dying. And then like I started thinking negatively. I'm like, oh man, what if this next one I don't do it under 20 seconds? What if like, I'm not able to hold the pace? And
If
I'm
I slip.
Yeah, I'm like, look, I only got like 5 left. That's only like a minute 40. And I get like a big break in between, So I just, instead of letting those negative thoughts get to me, I was like looking at it for what it is. I only had like a minute 40 of work left. And I was able to just finish strong. And I think I do that a lot with my training, just like looking at it for what it is. Like you said, like those wall balls, it's only 30 seconds of work. If that, you're kind of getting where that work to rest ratio. So I think it's always good to kind of control your thoughts during workouts because those can be like the biggest performance enhancers, or they can decrease your performance in workouts if you let your thoughts get to you.
I think that CrossFit especially, like I played collegiate basketball at Division II and then Division I level, and I realized that I didn't put as much effort into it or as much work into it as I should have. And now being a grown man, I go, oh man, I'm doing CrossFit now. But CrossFit is different because you can get really fit. Like you can have a VO2 max of fucking 70, you 70, whatever the measurement is. I can't remember of percentage of oxygen you use per every breath.
Yeah.
And you can go against somebody, or you can be in the same class as somebody with a 54 VO2 max, but that person's brain is a lot more like into that realm of like, okay, I'm going to suffer. I'm going to be in pain. Like this is going to hurt. And you were sitting there like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And you have this high VO2 max, you can, squat clean a house. And like, do you think that's like a fundamental difference or piece in
Let's not talk about squat cleans here. Let's not talk about squat cleans here. I don't have.
It's coming.
You guys are squat cleaning like a fucking house, and I'm squat cleaning like the recliner in the living room.
I was at a training camp with Elijah Muhammad, and I fucking love that dude.
Good buddy to the pod so far.
So far, he likes us.
I was talking to him because like typically he doesn't really do well like in the open or like online qualifiers, but he's like, if you put him into regionals, he'll qualify for the games, like in competition. And I was asking him about that because I feel like at West Coast, my first semifinal, I feel like not that I choked, but I feel like I could have done better, like I probably could have been like in the top 10. And I was asking him like, what goes through your mind when you're at these big events, and he's like, man, in training, I do this for fun. I do this to push myself, but when I'm in competition, I'll grind it out. Like if
you
that
figure it out.
Yeah, like if that person next to me is going hard, I'm going hard too. Like it's 10 minutes, like I'll tough it out. You feel me? Like at regionals, I'll find a way to make it happen. Versus in training, he kind of like maybe not lets things go, but he'll kind of like taper back a little bit. Versus when it's game time, it's like, all right, it's now, motherfucker. Like
well, because I mean, in person, if you're doing certain events at certain times and you know, like strengths and weaknesses, you'll know like, hey, there's only so many points to get here. So if I'm in the lead, I can throttle back enough to like save some energy, still get the 100 points. I don't have to go red line to get 100 points when if I could walk and get 100 points, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. You don't have to win every event. I think Matt Frazier said that the best. He's like, you don't have to win every event, but if you can have a home run event that you know is in your wheelhouse, hit that one and stay within the top 8 every time. You stay within the top 8, you'll eventually get there.
He even said it with the games during COVID. Like they couldn't have music when they were doing the online portion. He's like, that was where I got that piece where he was just like, there's nobody next to me. I don't know if I have to go faster, slower. And like one of the things, I think it was the friendly Fran, he beat everybody by like a minute 50.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's like, what? And he was like, bro, that was the worst thing to recover from. And I could have slowed down. Still fucking swept the field.
That's insane. But like what is I think that a lot of factors play into kind of how fit you are, how the open works out. Because for me, this is the first year I've ever gotten past the first stage of the open ever. And I've done the open 3 times. And like I went from the first year I did, I was 185,000. It was super sad. It was terrible.
I think
but like I looked at yours, and then I looked at Steve's and I looked at all my friends.
Hey,
and like, dang, I looked and I was like, they started out in a better position than I did. Like, fuck, man, what am I doing wrong? And then I realized that it was just a skill gap. It's
that selective genetics.
I wish. I've always been strong, but like until 3 years ago, I didn't do anything with barbell and walking into a class and having an overhead squat on PVC.
Dude,
I couldn't do it. It was the weirdest thing ever. Like
those first classes in CrossFit are rough.
Yeah. Did you start that way, Leo? Like, how did you start? How long have you been doing this? Like, what?
So my brother got me into it actually.
Shout out to the brother.
Yeah, shout out to my brother. Like honestly, he instilled like all these good habits in me.
He made him do wall balls instead of like taking out the trash.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the one that got me into soccer, and he's the one that got me into sports. Like growing up, I just wanted to play video games all day. Like I did not like working out. He's the one that got me in the gym working out and stuff. So
I feel that.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, man, I would not be here. But at first, like he was telling me, come try it out and stuff, and I was like, nah, man, I don't want to do that. Like that's lame. I don't want CrossFit. And he was like, just come try it out. And this was during the Open of 2016.
Ooh, right around when I joined.
Ooh.
Yeah, and one of my first workouts was 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 thrusters and burpees.
Oh God, bar face and burpees.
Yes,
bro.
Yes.
It took me like 24 minutes, bro.
That's some Trail of Tears shit right there to start.
Yeah, that's just you can see
nothing but crying.
Bro, I remember going down to do every burpee and like sweat just dropping down my face, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, man?
Like, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro.
And then I came back the next day.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
I got a similar story. Like I had a roommate when I first moved here, I first PCS to Colorado, Caleb Stipes. And that dude was like, hey, why don't you come to the gym with me? I'm like, no, I'm okay. And he was like, no, come do CrossFit. And I'm like, man, this CrossFit stupid. I walked in that class. I didn't finish. I remember the workout too. It was overhead squats. It was 18, 15, 12 overhead squats, lateral bar burpees, rest 2 minutes. And then it was 12, 15, oh, no, it was 15, 12, 9 overhead squats at a lighter weight and chest to bar pull-ups. Dude, I got done. I walked to the garbage can and I threw up in front of everyone. And I was like, oh my God, this is hard. I want to do it. And I showed up the next day and just kept doing it.
The fact that you two know your first workout is impressive.
Dude.
I have like a really good memory when it comes to workouts. Like I can remember like a lot of workouts and like how fast I finished them, like where I was, how I felt.
I'm different than you guys. I basically taught myself CrossFit, which
probably not a great idea.
Like I was in Japan all by myself. We had like that small ass CrossFit gym there I've talked about before, but if it wasn't for this like local national who just did Olympic weightlifting, I never would have fucking learned how to do that shit correctly.
Same.
But the rest of it was like trying to do pull-ups, trying to do ring dips, trying to do muscle ups. Barely knew how the fucking kettlebell or a GHD worked. I think I almost gave myself rhabdo the first time I figured out what a GHD was.
Yeah.
And like we had no ropes, nothing. So it wasn't until I got to Colorado that Didi gave me my first workout, but I don't remember what the fuck that was.
Like how, speaking of Olympic weightlifting, that one workout you guys did at the West Coast last year, Leo, the snatch, the squat snatch, ascending ladder bullshit.
Yeah.
Tell me, talk about that. Like, I want to hear about that one because I saw you do that one and I was like, man, this guy's moving. And then all of a sudden you hit that last barbell and was like, oh shit.
That's
So
like one of my favorite memories all time of CrossFit. I
hit
want to
me
get
with it.
I want to get that picture of me finishing that workout framed in my room somewhere because I just love. That's like when I realized I was like, oh shit, I belong here.
That's when I figured out who you were too. I was like, oh my God, I like this dude. This is cool. Like,
Oh yeah. So going into that workout, I'm not the biggest fan of like barbell cycling, especially for reps. Like for me, I think I'm better at just like 1 rep maxes, just like 1 rep max snatch, 1 rep max clean and jerk. So when it first got announced, I was like, okay, I know I can do good on this just because like I'm a pretty strong athlete. But like for me, it was like those first 2 or 3 barbells that were like, okay, I got to make sure that I give myself enough time to make sure I have, that energy for that last barbell. So going into that workout, I was fucking nervous as hell, man. Like it was my first semifinal. I was in the back warming up. I see like Noah Olsen, I see Alex Smith, I see Tola, I see all these guys, and I'm like, damn, it's game time.
Did you get starstruck?
Yeah.
Not starstruck, but it was more like, damn, like I've been watching these guys for years, and I'm about to compete against them. Like this is sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just in the back, and I gave my brother the coach's pass. So me and him were back there just like geeking out, Me and him were back there just talking to everyone, just going nuts to everyone and stuff. So going into that event, I warmed up pretty good, and like how everyone says, you get corralled for like 20 minutes. So by the time you go out there, you're already cold. So I'm really like, I'm literally on the starting mat. I'm like, dude, I'm about to miss this 185 snatch. I'm cold, man. But I get out there and I don't even remember like the first 3 bars, to be honest. All I remember is just Jake coming out fast as hell, bro. Jake came out fast. That's my bro. I mean, I love that guy, Jake. But he came out fast, dude. And I was like, well, he's gonna win this event. So I just let him go. And I was like, just focus on myself, focus on each snatch, focus on keeping that form the same, 185 all the way to 265. And then I see Jake start missing the snatches at 225, I think it was.
Yeah, it was 225.
He started missing like 1 or 2, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna catch him. And I was like, boom, no misses. And then I got to 245. And when I practiced the event, I missed 1 snatch at 245. And then I hit all my 265. So I was like, all right, I know if I can get to these 245 and no misses, I know I could get to that 265 and probably catch him. So I get to that 245, and I think that's where I caught him. I think he did his 2 at 245. I did my 2, and then I think we had 2 left, and I think we were tied. So then I pass him. I get to that 265, and it's like, I don't know if it's because of the lights or something, but it was like hot on that floor. I remember just being hot on that floor, and I felt like I was like in the oven or something because it was just like steaming, bro. Like I remember just looking around, and like the lights are on you. The floor is like black, so your feet are on fire. And I was like, it's game time, baby. Like two reps, and like everyone's gonna know who I am. So I think I kind of like psyched myself out a little bit. I hit that first one super easy, and I was like, oh, I'm going second one right now. Then I missed. And I was like, all right, relax. Yeah, relax, calm down. Jake hasn't even hit his first one yet. And the guy next to me isn't even on the bar yet. So I'm like, all right, I got time. Cool. Step back, go up to it again, miss it again. And Jesus. Then I kind of start to panic a little bit. I'm like, fuck, what if, I don't hit it at all? I got like 3 minutes left. What if I don't hit it at all? But then back to like that neutral thinking. I'm like, all right, I already hit it once. I know I can do it. It doesn't feel that heavy. Just focus on the form, focus on that pull, focus on getting into your hip, full extension. You got it,
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, let's go. I pumped up the crowd a little bit, hit that last rep, and dude, it was one of the best feelings in my life. Like,
so that's when you figured out, oh, I belong here. Like I am fit enough to do this.
Yeah, that's when I was like, I think I get top 5. I was like, I'm going to the games, bro. Like, I was like, I didn't get top 5. In the event, I think I was top 10. If I would have hit that second snatch, I think I would have been like top 3 in the event, or like top 4. But because I missed it and I took like a minute and a half to get back to the bar, it was like a top 10 finish. But either way, like still, I was still like super pumped.
That's dude.
Dude, that's
What's your end goal?
yeah.
I mean, everybody in the CrossFit space is going to say, "Hey, I want to go to the games. I want to do well. I want to get to the top."
Yeah, bro, I want to win multiple years.
Well, so I'm saying everybody says that, right? The end goal, like, I'm not saying it's not realistic for you to make that. I'm saying right now, what is let's start with this season. What's your end goal for this season?
For this season, it's make the games.
Okay, fair. Let's say next 2-3 years, what's the end goal?
Stand on top of the podium.
It's hit 1, 2, or 3, huh?
Not 1.
No, he's talking about 1.
Oh,
he said on top of the podium. Yeah.
Top of the podium.
I
hate when people go into competitions and they're like, I want a podium. I want a podium. Like, I think, like, bro, I want to win. Like, fuck 2, fuck 3. Like, I want to win, He's
if you ain't first, you're last type guy.
Yeah, like, for me, like, I'm going into, like, competition trying to win.
Do you find that to be, I don't want to say like a pride thing, but I mean, there's a bunch of people who will go in, like myself, right? I know where I'm at. Making quarterfinals this year should have been well within my range. For whatever reasons, that second workout didn't work out. But I now have like a specific end game goal. I try to keep it realistic. Do you keep everything realistic to yourself, or is it just kind of like, hey, that is the number one, bar none, the only goal we're going for? Stand on top of podiums every time in every way.
Well, I think with the way I've been progressing, I think it's more confidence. And I think not only me that's saying this, like my coach is saying this too. He's like, bro, you have the potential to be the best in the world. Like the strides I've made, like in the last 2 years, like I went from not even qualifying to any sanctionals to being, I think, 75th in the world last year in the Open, and qualifying for I can qualify for any competition I want now, which is just 2 years ago. I wasn't qualifying for anything. I tried to do all of them. I tried to do German throwdown. I tried to do Waterpalooza. I tried to do Mid-Atlantic. I didn't qualify for any of them. Like I was good, but I wasn't there yet. And then fast forward a year later, COVID hits. And I think that's where I made a lot of my progress. Like everyone kind of stepped back from the gym.
Yep.
And I got lucky. The owner kind of let me still keep going. Just like, don't post nothing.
Son of a bitch.
He like, just keep going. Hey, don't post nothing. You can still work out. And dude, I went hard for like those 8 months, dude. Every day.
Silence.
2 sessions, 3 sessions, because I wasn't working either. So I was like, dude, I was just doing CrossFit full time, bro. And I made like heaps of strides in progress. And I went from being like 500 in the Open to top 70 in the Open. I think just seeing that progress, and I'm like, dude, I'm catching all these top guys. Like I'm catching the Noah Olsons. I'm catching like all these people that have been at the games. And I did that in like a year. Like imagine if I just keep going. Like I know for sure I have the potential to win the games.
I was in the same boat when COVID happened because I think, Steve, you had just PCS'd and I was still coaching at Pandora's with Jared and Tammy. And I had a key to the gym.
Oh, you mean just PCS 2?
No,
I was in Colorado.
Yeah, you were still here and I was still coaching at Pandora's and everything. And Jared was like, yeah, we're going to loan y'all this equipment and you have a key to the gym. Just, don't post anything. And that's when that is when I started Mayhem Compete. And I just started like grinding hard, like everything. I started like dumping all the time and energy into it. And I would be in the gym by myself on a C2 bike and doing, I remember doing, it was like 50, 40, 30, 20 and backup ladder, like C2 bike calories. And then you would hop off, 5-minute rest. And then it was every 2 minutes you'd hit 2 snatches at 185 and it just kept jumping. That was the first day that I hit 225. And that's my profile picture on the Open. And I was so proud of myself. I was like, man, I did this. Like, this is crazy. In this empty gym, nobody's here. It's cold as fuck. How did I do this? And I sat back and I went, if I can do this right now, anything that I want to do is really possible. And at that point in time, I was 29 years old. And I was like, man, I had a late start. But one thing that Jared did tell me, he was like, don't think about where you are now. Well, don't think about where you could be if you had started earlier. Think about where you are now and what you can do now to improve and get better. And I've always remembered that since he told me. And I remember sitting in the gym with him, and like he is the biggest reason. He's one of my best friends now. He is the biggest reason why I keep trying to do this. And he would go and he would say, come to the house, we're gonna lift. And he would just sit there and help me lift and fix so many things. And like, I think that you do need somebody in your corner. You don't need a whole big group of people, but if you have a couple of really good friends that'll help you and they genuinely want to see you succeed, you can do it. I mean, is that kind of the story with you, Leo? I know your brother, who was your coach?
Man, the biggest help in my CrossFit career has been Elijah.
Oh crap.
That dude taught me everything I know, man. And it's funny. One day we're all sitting down. It's me, Elijah, and we had probably 10 guys all there training. And these guys are freaks, bro. These guys were around my age, maybe even a little younger, and they were snatching 285, 295, Jesus. 300. Like, they were just freaks at lifting. They weren't that good at CrossFit. Like, I was beating them in the CrossFit workouts, but they were just so good at lifting. And it's 2017, so I think Elijah just qualified for the games again. And we're all sitting down. We just finished training, and Elijah was like, yo, everyone, come here, huddle up. He's like, in 5 years, this kid right here is gonna be better than all of y'all. And he was pointing at and he was pointing at me. And dude, I saw it in everyone's faces that they were all like, what the fuck? Like
what?
Why would he say that? Like, they all got super mad. And hey, 3 years later, I'm the only one that qualified for semifinals, out of that group. Like, everyone in that group is still training and shit, but no one ever made any noise. Like, everyone's goal was to go to regionals, everyone's goal was to go to the games, and I'm the only one. I'm the only one that made it. So I think that dude just always believed in me. He taught me how to lift, which obviously is a big help in CrossFit, probably the biggest help. And I think just having that, especially super early on in my CrossFit career, where my technique wasn't really sound yet. So anything that he told me, I was able to kind of put to use right away. I didn't have any bad habits yet or anything because I was super early on. So I think just Elijah being my coach and just going to regionals, seeing him qualify for the games and seeing how he trained and everything, and just having him believe in me. I think even now that I'm training by myself, I think that I still have that in me. Just kind of that support I've always had.
Yeah.
And go ahead. Go ahead. Because I'm going to transition in a second. So.
Yeah. So this is I think this is a really key question to the people that do listen to this, because most of the people that do listen to CrossFitters are like 4 or 5 people from the gym said, oh my God, the podcast is great. I didn't know you were doing this. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're doing this thing. So I'm going to try to get as much out of your brain as possible, especially the mental landscape of it. At what point, they say, someone asks you, how bad do you want to do this thing? And you go, oh, I really want to do it. And in the back of your head, there's a part of you that's like, oh, I really want to do it, but, and then those fleeting thoughts kick in. They're like, well, I kind of want it. At what point did you go from, oh, I kind of want it to, oh, I really fucking want this thing. I really want to do this. And I see it's possible.
Yeah. So at first it was kind of oh, I'm super young. I'm 19, I'm 20, I'm doing CrossFit, I'm training with Elijah. Everyone's like, oh, you're gonna make the games, bro. Early on, even when I sucked, everyone was like, oh, you're gonna go to the games, you're gonna go to the games. But I think in the back of my mind, I was still I'm not that good yet, First CrossFit Open, I did okay, like you said, I was probably ahead of most people when they do their first open. But even my second open, my third open, I wasn't that good yet. It wasn't until probably 2020 when COVID hit and everything that I was like, oh shit, I really want this, bro. That's when I started incorporating sauna sessions into my training. And my one goal in some of those sessions is just to kill myself.
Like go from your cardio piece and go right into the sauna.
No, he literally meant off himself. And I'm proud of you for that. It's a good thing.
Explain that. Like explain
no,
what you
like,
mean by going to the
like,
sauna and kill yourself.
I'm like, dude, I'll die for this, bro. Like, and that carried over to my training. Like, me and my roommate go to the sauna with one goal in mind to see how long we could last in there. Like blackout, like fully like push yourself to that place and
I like this.
and see how far you can get just with your brain. Cause like obviously
How do you
like obviously your body can stay in there for like much longer than you want to. It's your brain that's like, yo, we gotta get out of here. Yo, we gotta get out of here.
I want to know what LT brings this mindset to.
Yo, we got
what other daily activities do you do with this mindset?
Yeah.
I take coach hours every day, which I fucking hate, but I do it every day, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think that's making you want to kill yourself.
No,
I don't
like
think that.
No, I can give you. I can.
But I hate it. Like it's like my least favorite part of the day is getting in that cold shower. Like I'm a bitch when it comes to cold. I do not like it.
Well,
I don't know.
5 minutes every day, bro.
Yeah, I don't know where you live, or like, well, I don't know exactly what your living situation is. Like you live in a house or an apartment or whatever. But like the one thing that I did do that I got the opportunity to get, my battalion commander knew who Matt Frazier was when I was in the Army, and he was like, "Oh, you want to talk to him?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, whatever, sure." This motherfucker FaceTimed me and called me. And I was like, "Oh shit!" And we're having this conversation, and then he gave me some like nuggets of everything, and I listened to the podcast that he did and all this stuff, and I bought a freezer. I lined that motherfucker and I got a temperature regulator and I put it at 37 degrees. Every morning that I get up, I sit in it for 7 minutes.
Hell yeah.
I get out and I get into the shower. I take a hot shower. It's like pins and needles. And I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. And I'll go into my garage and I have rowing intervals, or I have like some weird fucked up bike intervals. Usually it's like every 10 minutes for 4 rounds, you're going to do a 50-calorie assault bike. You're going to do a 500-meter row, then another 50-calorie assault bike. And I did that. And the one thing I am missing is a shower, but not shower, but the sauna. But for you to say that you're doing something that is difficult, and at the age you are, I don't think you realize at 23 years old, I think at 23 years old, I was going to Afghanistan. But like for you to realize those things,
you were going to a different kind of sauna.
Yeah, a different kind of sauna. But like the things that you were realizing right now at 19 years old to 23, that 4-year time frame, that's amazing. Because when you do things you don't like, that's when you make the most progress. Because people ask me in the gym, because I'm not the best person in my gym, but I'm pretty decent, and they go, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, well, you need to do something each day that is uncomfortable, that makes you like go, I don't want to do this again. And if you can do that each day, then you have something to compare it to when future things come up, like, oh, I have to do open workout such and such, and you have to redo it, like 22.3. I had to redo it. The first time I did it, I tore my meniscus. And then I went, okay. I went to the hospital. They told me I tore it, I had a PT friend that sent me over there. And then I came back the next day and I just like emptied the bucket. And I went from, I think it was like not finishing it because I was hurt, to 738. And when I got done, I ended up in the hospital with like legitimately, I ended up with, Steve knows, I sent the pictures, kidney failure.
If you think that you tried to kill yourself in a sauna, he legitimately tried to off himself.
That's happened to me. I've had rhabdos 6 times, man, and it's been bad. Like, and I'm sickle cell anemic at altitude, bad kidneys, shitty heart. And I'm like, man, I really want
strong
to do this.
flex.
And I told, it's kind of like to, caveat off of what he said, you're willing to die for this thing. People ask him like, well, I'll be happy if I died in the middle of a workout doing this, I'd be happy. I'd be fine with it. No, I mean, I'd be fine with it. I'd be happy. Kids are taken care of. I'm doing what I love. But yeah, I agree with you, Leo. It makes a lot of sense. And I'm glad that at 23 years old, you being the future of CrossFit, of the world, basically you are the future, that you realize these things.
Right. He's 23. It's not like he's 3.
No. I'm not. The human brain, like the male human brain, by 27 is done developing. 27 to 29 years old, and the fact
you tell me I'm not going to get any better.
You're going to get better.
No more upgrades.
But his mental acuity, like his emotional intelligence, is off the fucking charts, man. It's crazy. I wish that I thought that way at 23.
what's funny about doing those things like every morning, like you said, like doing that cold tub and that hot shower, it makes everything else in your day seem like nothing. It make everything it makes your life so much easier when you do shit on purpose that you don't like. Because
Does it make surviving that Nevada heat better?
Yeah, I mean, I like the hot. I like the hot way more than the cold. And like in Vegas,
I'm a sweaty dude. I can't do that.
it gets super hot here. But like just doing shit that you don't like every day, it just makes going through life so much easier. And also it kind of gives you you guys know David Goggins, right?
Yeah, it gives you perspective too.
Yeah, he like he says, he has those cookie jars, and it gives me a lot of cookies to pull from when I'm in a dark place in workouts. You know, like when I'm doing a workout, a good example of it is for the Fittest experience, we had a 3K row at the comp. Probably like one of the worst workouts you could do at a comp, because it's just like kill yourself, you know. 3K row, and I'm going against like Hayes, I'm going against Jalen, I'm going against Joshua, where these guys are like 210, you know, and I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to do this. Like these guys are so much bigger than me. These guys, like for them to pull 140 versus to me to pull 140 is like, I gotta use so much more energy, you know. But I'm like, all right, I've done an hour in the sauna. Like, what's 10 minutes? You know, what's 10 minutes of me suffering versus what I've done? I've done like an hour 15 in the sauna. I've done like an hour plus in the sauna. Like, what's 10 minutes? It's nothing, you know. And I was able to PR. I think I held 142, and I was able to kind of like turn it around, you know, going from like, man, I don't want to do this event, to like, it's only 10 minutes. That's it. It's going to suck. It's going to be horrible. But I was able to kind of pull from that cookie jar of doing the sauna and doing shit I don't like, and being like, all right, I've done workouts where it's been an hour plus of me suffering. Like what's 10 and a half minutes, you know? So I think doing shit you don't like and doing it often when you are in a position where you need some more maybe motivation, or you need some more like, you just need something, you're able to kind of pull from that, you know. You're able to pull from, all right, well, I've done this before, you know, versus if you kind of like don't do it, or if you wake up every day and skip the cold tub because it's too cold outside, maybe next time you're in a workout, you're just like, not hold the pace then, you know. You're like, oh, it's all right, I just won't hold the pace.
Yeah. I kind of want to pivot away. Not that talking CrossFit isn't one thing that I like to do.
No.
One of the reasons why we started this podcast was also like, even some of the guests that we've kind of had on, if they've been on other podcasts, they talk about the same thing. They go over lifts, they go over workouts, they go over the et cetera. I kind of want to talk about you as a person, Leo, because that's part of the thing with having a podcast is the people who we invite on should either be promoting something. Obviously, you yourself, you could promote who you are, what you're doing. First, I want to kind of know, who is Leo Franco? Like, other than CrossFit is something you do, right? And a lot of people who are like religious start going with that in CrossFit. We're like, no, that's what I do. It's not who I am. So like, who are you?
Killer, bro.
Oh, Jesus.
No, but like, honestly, like, I think within this last year, I've kind of put like my whole identity into CrossFit. Like everything I do outside the gym is to help my performance inside the gym.
I mean,
how do you think that? Do you think that's healthy or unhealthy?
Yeah, at this point, I think it's all in right now.
Yeah,
there's not a single hour that goes by where I don't think about being on top of the podium.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about is you as a person, right? You are an athlete, you're a coach, you do that kind of stuff. But like, if I had to talk about myself, like who I am, loyal ass motherfucker. I do things for me and my family now, right? Where like I have that mental shift now. But I would say like I do things, I'm somebody who does everything with a certain intent, right? Like you're doing that specifically right now. You're saying everything you do goes straight to that goal in mind.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, gym aside, I almost want to stop talking about the gym between the three of us. I just want to know who you are on a daily basis. What makes up Leo?
Man, it's kind of hard.
Well, I know that's why I'm asking it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like deep inside, I'm like a lazy person.
God.
Okay, I'm gonna
Like,
reframe this in a way that go ahead, Leo.
uh yeah, I guess like when it's not gym, I like to chill out. I like to watch Netflix, a lot of YouTube and stuff. And I try to get my life together when I'm not in the gym. So I try to like clean my room and clean around the house, just because like, you know, you're training so much. Shit gets
Maybe this is an area, and obviously I'm not your coach. You are a super fit human being, so I have nothing to tell you as it pertains to CrossFit. As a dude, maybe Ken, he's taught me a few things too. The identity of somebody outside of the gym can correlate with inside the gym, but that person inside the gym in the realm of CrossFit as a sport, right? As an athlete, competitive athlete, if you don't have the person on the other side, right? When you do make that success in any realm of life, I think Ken might know this as well, right? Whether it's being a dad or like he getting promoted, having those jobs, you may not even need those jobs. You might just be a professional athlete, which would be super fucking dope.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. Develop that, like know who you are on the outside. I know it's a really tough question and we don't have to go back to it. I'll ask some other ones that may get you to that point, but being 27, being married now, I know I had to take COVID was a good time. I found out who I was. I found out what my left and right limits are, what my blinders are. And that's where I operate. I don't take the certain quality of people. I set standards high for myself, my relationships, my work. And then I operate in that zone, and that's who I am. So with that in mind, I'll ask you, what is the quality of people you're looking for around you? Because CrossFitters, hey, we like-minded individual people who come together for, you know, just the like-minded stuff. So what is it that you're looking for if you do have people around you, like your brother and your coach, the people at your gym? Who is it that you kind of hang out with? Who are those people? What are they?
I like this question because I think about it a lot. And the people that I keep around me has shrunk over the years, just because I like to keep people around me with the same mindset as me. And
dude, it only gets smaller. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it gets
like
since I was 23, that number is like gone in third.
Yeah, like now it's down to like 2, maybe.
Good.
Like my roommate and like maybe the owner of my gym and the guy I train with. Like that's it.
Cool.
That's
and
good.
Like it's yeah, I like to keep people around me that have the same mindset as me and that want more out of life like me, you know.
Okay.
I think you're getting to it now. Like you're getting to the point of his first question. So let's frame it this way. If we were to take CrossFit away from you and you couldn't do it again tomorrow, who are you?
Oh, dude, that's a Jim Hensel question right there. I've been waiting to hear that out of his mouth. Yeah. When he said in I think it was an Instagram post or whatever for Mayhem Mindset, it was like, if we took everything physical away from you and we took the sport, we took your athletic abilities away from you, or not necessarily those away from you, but if we took the sport in your situation, if you had to stand in front of the world and tell them who you were or be who you are, what would it look like? And so real quick, back to the people around you, what's qualities that you're looking for in people around you? Because that'll tell, if I show you who your friends are, I'll show you who you are.
Yeah.
I think it's going back to what Kenya said, like just people that do shit that they don't like, you know, people that get after it, people that don't use any excuses and know that where they are in life is a direct correlation to the things that they have done, you know. True. I don't like people with what's it called, like that victim mentality.
Good.
Like, or they rest on their laurels.
I wouldn't, if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't be here, you know. If it wasn't for my dad or not putting good habits in me, I would be a different person. Like I don't like that victim mentality shit. You know? It's like, all right, maybe I had a fucked up childhood, but at the end of the day, I can change it around, you know. I might have been born poor, but if I die poor, that's like my fault, versus, oh, I was
True.
born poor, I'm gonna just be poor the rest of my life. So
Yeah,
what's up?
no, you frame it around like if I had to frame it in something and say the pursuit of being better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's also, I don't want to talk gym, but I think that the people that come into CrossFit gyms will weed themselves out easily because those qualities of like, hey, I don't want to do this, or victim mentality where they're like, I didn't do it well because, my knee's been hurting me for a little while and I haven't gotten it taken care of. And it's like, well, hey, shithead, don't fucking come in here with your goddamn excuses and then pedal it around the gym to be like, oh, look at me, my shit hurts. Right. So who's your roommate? How are you guys connected other than being roommates?
I met him at CrossFit actually. And
God damn it, we keep bringing this shit right back to the gym.
It's
son of a bitch.
My life, bro. It's my life. I met him at CrossFit, and at first I was just his coach, kind of. He's Australian, so he's a poker player, and he was here in Vegas to play poker. And then he came like at the wrong time. He came like when COVID hit and everything got shut down, so he kind of had time off, and he wanted to try CrossFit. And he kind of wanted to have a good coach in Vegas, and he saw that I was like Fittest in Nevada and stuff like that. So he came to the gym. We just started working out and stuff. And then, funny story, he's actually the one that got me into doing the sauna and stuff. So I think it's all.
Does he play poker in the sauna? Is that how he gets his poker face going?
No, but he does. He does do like mental training in the sauna where he's like counting and stuff. So I'll be like,
is he really good at poker?
Yeah, he's like one of the best.
Jesus.
So
he'll be like,
rent's probably low.
I'll be like, yo, we got 5 minutes left. He's like, all right, 300 seconds. Like, he's just super smart. Like, he knows, like, he's super smart. So yeah,
he's got a Rain Man type brain.
Yeah, he'll be in the sauna. He'll just be like eyes closed, and he'll just be counting to like 1,000.
Jesus. That's some Rain Man shit.
Yeah.
Either way, we are saying he has a Rain Man like mentality. We are not calling him on the spectrum like Rain Man.
That's probably a compliment.
But no, because Rain Man wasn't very good at the rest of life.
I mean, but he figured it out sort of at the end of the movie a little bit.
He needed Tom Cruise to fucking gimp his ass through the rest of life. So,
but that's the thing. They have each other. And like for 23, I remember if I think back to me being 23, 24, 25, I had some little piss and vinegar and my head was on fire. I was like, I can do all these things, no one's going to stop me. Granted, I was married at that point in time, but I had a kid. And I remember a really good mentor of mine, Brent Porterfield, telling me, he told me, have a dream and follow it. And it doesn't have to make sense to anybody but you. He's like, that's okay.
On a pig farm in Tennessee.
On a pig farm in Tennessee. That's where I grew up. It's crazy.
Right next to Rich's house. Fuck you, buddy. I got pigs.
I wish. But yeah, you make a lot of sense, and don't think that anything that you're doing right now is selfish, because you deserve to be selfish. You don't have a wife or kids or anything. You have
dude, being good at something, you have to be selfish.
Yeah,
I don't know how many people have actually said it, but you actually have to be an asshole. The people that are good at something, like very good at something, are all assholes. That's how the human brain works. But then there's some people that are good at it, like you might say like Kevin Hart, terrific stand-up, terrific actor at this point, right? Making a shit ton of money. But at the end of the day, the dude just is a nice guy. But if you get down to the nitty-gritty of his work, like he's not fucking fooling around when he's doing his work. And I think Joe Rogan's kind of like that as well, where he's super successful and all this shit. But at the end of the day, I bet you if somebody like fucks up on his podcast or like is fucking around with trying to get him on or get on his show, he'll probably like light somebody up for it. One of the other things I wanted to ask you, getting farther away from the gym, is the business side of things. You're a coach. I think I've seen on your story, it looks like you were a coach at a spin class type deal, like a secondary gym or something. What's that?
Yeah, so that's that actually just closed down, but I was coaching at a studio, kind of like a studio gym. I don't know if you guys have like Orange Theory where you're at.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. It's like a tread room where it's you do like treadmill, then you go down to the floor, you do like dumbbells, kettlebells, slam balls. And I was the head coach there for I think 3 years. And so that's how I made most of my money. And then I coach at CrossFit too.
Okay.
But I wasn't coaching at CrossFit too much. I was coaching maybe like 2 or 3 classes a week.
Mhm.
And at the studio gym, I was coaching like 12 to 13 a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I mean, I love coaching there, especially because I got to program the workouts. So I would just make them do CrossFit. I would make them do like 400-meter run, 15 burpees, 3 rounds, or like whenever the open workouts came out, I would just have them do it just with dumbbells. So
Okay.
I loved coaching there. Unfortunately, it just closed down in this last month. The owner sold it, kind of just like where the building was. It was in a super good location, and the gym was doing really good. It had a lot of members and stuff, but what the building was worth, he was kind of like sitting on money, essentially.
So so he could just flip it and put it into something else.
He sold it for like 2.2 million. Like, it was a beautiful location. It was a big gym. It was
Probably hanging out at Caesar's Palace today.
Oh, that dude is loaded, man. But yeah, it had a tread room, it had a cycle room, and then it had a boot camp room, like yoga and stuff.
Okay.
And I didn't coach in the cycle room. I didn't coach in the boot camp room. I just coached in the tread room. So I was just a coach. I was just the head coach there. And yeah, that's pretty much where I was working at. And it's funny too, because that's another thing of like doing shit I don't like. Like, I had to get up every morning like at 4 a.m. to go coach,
Yeah.
And I hate getting up early. And I did it for 3 years.
Hey, man, got to pay them bills.
Yeah, do what you gotta do, bro. And honestly, it was the best job ever, man, because I'm only working like 2 or 3 hours a day, and I'm making what I would make at like an 8-hour job. And then I have and then I have the rest of the day to train, so it was perfect. It was like, get up early, go coach, get it out the way, come back, take a nap, train, coach again, train, sleep, repeat.
Honestly, that for somebody like who wants to do competitive athlete, like at that level, I mean, we all say that we want to do it, but that sounds like the recipe for being a working person who doesn't just get sponsorship money to just work out all day. That almost seems better to me, to like have like a small side job, right? But it's very hard to find a small job that pays you what a full day's work is for like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, it was perfect. That I think, honestly, I think it was too perfect. Like, things were going like too good.
Ooh.
Like,
Gotta blow that shit up, man.
Yeah,
No such thing.
I think life was like, it's time to test this kid.
Dude, I had that the other day, and I talked to Ken. It was actually the day that we were set to do your podcast. It has nothing to do with you. Don't worry about it. Right? You didn't fuck up my day, Leo. Okay, but I just felt like I was slipping a little bit. Like, I don't know why, but like I had like a loss of confidence. There was like everything was going good in life. It still is going great. But I feel like every once in a while, when you have shit that's going really, really well, you need that like pinch. You need that shit to kind of go wrong a little bit, just so that you not even just a kick in the ass. I mean, you could be working your ass off and everything be going right. You got great pay, rent's getting paid, everything's early. You have a few good breaks in life where, things just come your way. And I feel like everybody needs that. Just bring it back to the right axis, right? Not everything has to be terrific. Sometimes you just need that little bit of negativity to keep you on that stream so that you don't like float off into space. So another thing I wanted to ask you was, obviously you stopped doing that job. What did you replace that income with now, if you don't mind me asking?
So I picked up some more classes at my CrossFit place, and just with that, I'm able to kind of just get by for now.
Okay.
The owner kind of gave me like a pretty good severance pay from the other gym when it closed down. So right now I have a little bit of time to kind of just figure out what I want to do. I think I could probably get by just with coaching at CrossFit and seeing if I made the games, then I could probably maybe go full time with that. But I think for right now, I kind of just took a step back from coaching. And I think this is going to give me a good opportunity to maybe like open up my own gym or do something where like I'm in control, versus working working for someone. It was great working for him. He paid me good, but at the end of the day, like my life was in his hands, you know.
True.
And with him closing the gym down, he was kind of like, you know, you're on your own now.
So
Do
now
you feel like
now I have the opportunity to, if I wanted to, I can make more money than I was making there. But as you
are you sitting on any sponsorships yet?
yeah, so I'm sponsored by Mentality, like the flags in my room. This night.
Okay. Shout out.
Mentality. Yeah, I love that brand. They're here in Vegas.
If you got any promo codes to follow these up,
we're gonna stick them in
let
the
people hear 'em.
bio and
Yeah.
everything.
All right. So Mentality promo code Leo, just Leo.
Leo.
Swolverine, which is my supplements. Promo code LEOLAFLEURR, and then 10,000, which is my workout gear. Code Franco 15.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you.
I'm gonna need that workout gear one.
You're gonna have to put that. So what you can do is you can type it all in the chat when we like stop recording, and then I'm gonna put it all in the bio. Don't even worry about doing it now. We'll do
but I'm gonna need his. I want his. I don't want the promo code. I want yours. I want what deal you're getting.
I want stuff you're getting.
The one on my body.
No, I'm not somebody who pays for things that came off other people's bodies. I don't do that. Ken might, but I don't.
He was.
and you freaky, bro?
No, God, no. Well, I'll pay for the things off of my fiance's body. So yeah.
I mean, although I'm not against selling things that came off of my body.
Yeah.
If I could,
I just won't purchase them off of you.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody's dirty underwear, your socks, or nothing like that.
Jesus, you said like you coached all these people over these years, like what, 4 or 5 years. So what's one big, like, what is the one client that you had that had the biggest change that gave you like the most, I guess, complete feeling of being a person, like you gave them something worth having?
I don't think it's one person. I think it was the group of people that I was coaching, because it was the same group of people that will come take my 6 a.m. and 5 a.m. every day. I had 24 people in that class every single day, and it was the same people every single day for 3 years. For 3 years, bro. And like, I don't think I realized it until the gym closed down. They're like, dude, these people love me. Like they were like, yo, what gym are you gonna coach at next? Like, oh, we're gonna go to this gym. Can you talk to them and maybe become a coach there too, so you can keep coaching us? Like, I didn't realize the impact that I had on these people's lives until the gym closed down. You know, like I kind of took it for granted. Like, all right, I'm gonna go coach these people 1 hour, you know, give them a great workout and go on with my day. You know, I didn't realize that what we were building was like a super cool community. And I'm still in touch with like pretty much everyone, and we're all trying to figure out like where we're gonna go next. You know, we're all trying to figure out the next gym to go and maybe recreate what we had with that gym, because it was amazing. And yeah, I think with the gym closing down, I realized like, man, I have a lot of power. You know, like these people love my classes, and maybe now I can open up my own gym, and the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, it's like that one little bit. I think that, I guess for me, I can speak for myself, that little bit that I give someone, if it's a tip, if I'm like finishing the workout, they're like, oh, could you like watch this? And I like give them a tip, or see them and I'm like, hey, spread your feet out a little bit more. And they're like, aha, they had an aha moment. And I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. Like, that's good enough for me. Like, I don't want anything from anybody. Like, I don't want anything from you. I don't want anything from Steve.
Yes, you do.
What do I want from you?
You know what?
Your butt cheeks are too small. But yeah, like giving a little bit to somebody and then them having this big tenfold like change from this little word that I said to them means more to me than them paying me $50 an hour. Like it really.
Oh, $50 an hour?
I mean, that's not a lot.
I thought you were a cheapo.
That's
God damn.
Yeah, it's great. It's great coaching. I love it. I love seeing people do things that they didn't think that they would be able to do. You know, I've seen people come to my classes and start off just walking on the treadmill, and then by the end of it, they're like running speed 9, 10 that they didn't even think was possible. And I love that, and it motivates me too to get after it also. You know, I'm like, oh, this guy came in, you know, overweight, maybe scared to take my class, and he got after it. Like, what's stopping me to get after it?
It's like watching adaptive athletes at competitions.
It's like, and like that, like it just gives you motivation. So it's super cool.
Yeah. Do you think motivation lasts longer, or discipline? You think it just burns out, or what?
I use motivation as much as I can. I'm like super not hyper, but like I get amped up, you know. So I love listening to music. I love putting on like motivational videos, motivational stuff. I have like quotes in my room and stuff. So I'm always looking for ways to be motivated. But at the end of the day, like if I don't have it, I still have the discipline to still do the things I need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it helps. It makes it easier. But if I gotta, you know, tough it out, I'll tough it out.
well, I mean, I think I have you beat. I have my motivations tattooed on my arm. So you think having them on your wall is good? No, I'm kidding. One of the other things that was like closer to one of the last few things I wanted to ask was activities outside of CrossFit. Obviously, you said that you're all in on this stuff, and you know, being a competitive athlete. I would assume football players are all in on football, right? And NASCAR drivers, they're all about racing. What do you do in the off time? What do you do to you know, just flip the switch, get out of the gym? Are you a gambler? Do you live in Vegas? Do you go out to like football games? You're a Raiders fan?
Nah, man, I don't go out, bro. I don't do.
You don't go out.
Me neither.
Do you binge Netflix shows or something?
Yeah, man. Like when it's time to chill, I try to chill as much as I can. Like just be on the couch, watch TV shows, or watch like some documentaries, or maybe read some books. I like.
All right, what are you binge watching these days?
Man, finished Ozark. That was a really good show.
God awful.
You don't like it?
I love it.
I hate that show.
Money Heist was fucking good.
Yeah.
Money
You don't
Heist.
like Jason Bateman? Come on, man.
No, I fucking hate Jason Bateman.
The Kanye doc, that was pretty good.
Kanye doc was pretty mind altering on where the fuck that dude is.
I have not watched it yet.
You kind of understand Kanye a little bit better.
Yeah,
He's still a piece of shit, I think, but you understand him a little bit better.
That dude is a god, bro.
Get the fuck out of here. You can't be a god meanwhile you're threatening your wife and kids about all the different shit and you're punking his or her boyfriend. I feel like that's just
at the end of the day, he's a legend.
I mean, he is a legend in the music industry.
And he like willed himself to be a legend, you know? Like he didn't take no for an answer.
That's very true.
That's true. That's
100%. The Neymar documentary on Netflix, soccer. So I like playing sports. I don't do it too much because I feel like whenever I do play sports, I have a tendency to get injured.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I try to like maybe tone it down a little bit, but I love playing like indoor soccer. I love playing basketball. I love playing pool and stuff. I don't get to do it as much, but those are things I enjoy doing.
My wife loves indoor soccer. There's some good places in Colorado Springs that had that. There's even some men's league indoor soccer. That shit is fucking insane.
Yeah.
They're good.
Like Jesus. Fire shots from like 50 something yards away, just lasers.
Just hit.
Dudes are just taking them to like the shoulders and shit. They're putting people into plexiglass walls. That shit was.
That was one of my first jobs.
Legit.
Refereeing at an indoor soccer place.
Dude, those refs got it hard because there's nowhere to hide. You can't get out of the way or nothing.
And they're brutal, bro. Like you'll make a call, even though it's the right call, they'll get on your ass.
Oh yeah,
it's like Will Ferrell in Semi-Pro when he cusses out the ref.
I'm gonna watch that today. Now I'm gonna watch that today.
And when Jess was playing in Colorado Springs, like most of the refs were, I think the head ref was always like an adult, but most of the other refs were like high school or like young college kids.
Yeah, I was in high school when I had that job.
And they got like full grown adults just like, look here, motherfucker. I'm gonna do this, and this to you later. And you're like, dude, that might be illegal what you just said. You just threatened a minor.
That's how I got thrown out of my first college basketball game. I told the ref to fuck his mother.
Oh my Jesus.
Yeah,
he's not even nice.
Like I was setting screens and this dude was like elbowing me to get through the
fuck
screen.
Your mom.
He kept elbowing me in like the dick area. And I'm like, what the fuck? So like the ref called a blocking foul. Like he called an offensive foul on me. And I'm like, because the dude flopped and fell. I was like, what the fuck? And then he was like, I'm gonna tee you up. And I was like, I said some extra
your
stuff.
Mom.
I was like, I'll I'll tee up your mom. Like, I'm not going to say exactly what I said, but it was something to the effect of fucking his mom. And he was like, what? And he teed me up again. He's like, you're out of here. And I was like, I'm going to get in your fucking mom. And then the school got fined $5,000 and I couldn't play for 4 games.
Did you see the Thor Eddie Hall fight last night?
No. Wait,
so,
what? No.
Yeah. So first of all, they did their boxing match finally after like a year because I think Eddie got hurt. I think he tore something. But in the press conference, this is how terrible these two are at this. If you guys look it up on Instagram, I think it's on Eddie Hall's Instagram. It's like one of the most recent videos he has. He got his ass knocked out last night, by the way. Thor knocked him out. But they're sitting down at the presser, and you know how like press conferences is always like some drama, right? So as Thor's sitting down, I guess they were already like bickering back and forth. And Eddie Hall told Thor, he was like, I'm going to sit your mom down. And the worst part was Thor didn't react immediately. But like somebody else in the crowd was like, hey, that's not nuts. And then Thor, like 5 seconds after the fucking terrible comment, he's like, you fucking ever talk about my mom, you fucking motherfucker. And he throws one of those rain energy drinks at him. And Eddie is sitting the entire time. He doesn't even get up. Thor is like flipped a table, a chair, pushed some dudes. And the problem was that I had with it is you could see it was scripted and that Thor missed his mark. So it was funny because then Eddie, like one of his next pictures was him consoling his son, like crying in his arms. And he was like, this is what happens after Thor threw an energy drink at me and my family. And his kid's like not even crying, but he's like, you can see that he's like looking like he's whimpering.
Oh God, that's
so god awful. But you should definitely go back and watch all of that because Eddie got
to watch that. I think CrossFit needs more of that, like shit.
Oh, like some shit talking. Oh, you know what?
I'm pretty sure
I love that, bro. I talk so much shit to Hayes and Jalen, bro. I love those guys. We're always talking shit.
Literally 5 minutes ago, it came across my fucking mind. I was like, before this ends, I'm gonna give him like a 2-minute window. Just talk as much shit to those two as you want right now on the pod, because then we'll have them on again and we'll let them talk shit back.
Wait. Before you talk shit, I got like 2 more questions to ask you. 2 more serious questions.
God damn it! I want to hear him talk shit right now.
We're gonna get to the shit talking. It's gonna happen. I promise. We're only at like an hour now, so it's not even that bad. But so you talked about all these jobs that you worked growing up, and you know you seem like you've always been working. Like, do you think coming from nothing makes a difference on where you end up in the future? Did you come from nothing, or did you have something, or how was your like life growing up?
No, dude, he came from fucking Mars. God damn it! Don't you know this yet?
I had a really good childhood. My parents were always like financially good growing up, so I had a good childhood and stuff. But I think just seeing like my parents grind, you know, they've had the same jobs for I think 25 plus years. So it's just getting after it every day, you know, seeing them get up every day at the same time, working the same job. It just instilled a work habit in me that's like, all right, like if you want something, you got to work for it, you know. And I've never been ashamed to work a job. Like I used to work at McDonald's, bro. You know, like I've never been ashamed to do what you got to do.
Hey, they're making $15.50 an hour now.
Yeah.
Joke's on us.
Do what you got to do. Obviously, don't work there the rest of your life, you know. But do what you got to do in order to be what you want to be. You know, like if you want to own your own business, sometimes you got to work at McDonald's for a couple months, save up what you can. If you want to buy a car, I remember I wanted to buy a car and my mom was like, all right, I'll go half with you. You know, so I worked at Ross for a few months and I saved up, I think like $700 and she put in 700 and I got my first car like that. You know, like I think it's just having them there to back.
What car was it? What car did you buy for $1,400?
A Saturn.
Well, my uncle is he works at a car dealership in Mexico, so he's able to get cars for the low. But it was a Mercury Sable. It was like a 2002, 2001. Dude,
like
by the end of me driving that car, it wouldn't go in reverse.
Fuck yeah.
And I drove it like that for a month, bro. So everywhere I went, I had to make sure I parked like on the other side. So when I left, I could just pull out. because it wouldn't go in reverse.
Dude, he's one bad parallel parker away from just being fucked.
He puts it. He has,
Bro, I
he's
had to
the
make
put
sure I
it-
parked. I had to make sure I parked away from everyone, and I had to make sure I had space to get out. Because if something happened, I wouldn't be able to back out.
You had to put it in neutral and put your foot out and kind of kick it a little bit to push back.
Yeah, it's funny, man. It was funny. I
Dude.
had that car for like a year, and like
That's what they call scaling for life right there.
That was the same. Yeah, I had like a similar experience growing up. Like, yeah, I had some shitty cars and I had to save up and buy them, and like changing transmissions and shit like that was horrible. But
First car I ever purchased on my own was a Nissan Cube from 1994 that I drove on the other side of the road.
mine was a Mitsubishi
That was a-
Eclipse, 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse. Yeah.
Would you name your car? Are you one of those dudes that names their cars? I mean, I am, but
I mean, my Jeep right now is red. I named it Clifford. So
that's a fucking terrible name. God awful. My last car was Jennifer. My current car's name is Bruno,
oh, God.
and my wife's car's name is Izzy.
Is it because it's brown? Is why I should name it Bruno?
No, my car's fucking gray
Why is it Bruno then?
because my wife bought that car, so she chose the name.
That's fucking you. God damn it, man. So you had one shot to get your shit together.
Wait, Leo, you didn't answer my question. Do you name your cars?
oh no.
He's like, no. He's like, no.
You gotta have a relationship, man and machine.
I mean, I talk to my cars sometimes. You know.
Oh, he talks to it, but he's a dude that doesn't put the name in the text. He just leaves it as the number.
I do that. I do that sometimes.
You too? I do. I'm like, oh man.
I think we're starting to find out who Leo really is.
I do that sometimes. I believe like,
Leo's a distant person.
I believe in like in the power of words, you know. So I get sometimes I'm driving my car and I'll like because it's a manual. So sometimes I'll be like grabbing the stick and I'll be like, I love you. Yeah.
While you're grabbing the stick, Leo,
While he's
that's
grabbing
where
the
you want.
stick.
You didn't want to say pause after that.
No, full.
I'm gonna let him have that one, and then I'm gonna segue into the next question. So
Well,
he
you're
can, like,
definitely
talk
gonna let
shit.
him have that. I'm not
So
having
he can.
that.
So he can. I'm gonna just breeze by like he didn't just say that shit. Like just
That
keep it
nope.
going.
Leo talked about loving his car's stick.
Yeah.
Oh man, like the,
Do you kiss it too? Do you kiss like the front bumper?
No, I've never kissed it, but I like to just say like you're a good car. You know, you do me good. You do me good. I love my car. I love driving my car. So
If I had to guess, his car is a either a Miata or whatchamacallit, one of those ones from Fast and Furious, the Eclipse.
no, it is a small car. It does have Japanese letters on it, but
Japanese letters.
yeah.
What kind of imported car do you have?
he's got a rice burner. We gotta see this thing.
He's got a 350Z or
Kind of.
you got some Paul Walker type shit. You're gonna like pull
Kinda.
out some fucking.
Well, I've always had like super bad luck with cars. I've always had like bad car problems. Like I said, my first car wouldn't go in reverse.
Mhm.
My second car, it hydroplaned and I ran into a pole and I totaled the car because the hydro.
Goddamn, that sucks.
Yeah, my third car just like problems with like the cooling and it didn't have any AC and
Get a truck, bro.
I've always had bad car problems. So I've had this one for 3 years and I've had no problems with it. That's why I like try to talk to it and be like, you're doing good, buddy. Like no problems yet. No problems yet.
Stroke it
So
lovingly.
I like talking to my car and being like, I love you because
Got to put one of those mentality flags in your car so your car can talk to
That's
itself.
fair. That's funny because I'm about to go in the garage after this and then put a whole new exhaust system on fiance's car. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
God.
Yeah. But my last question to you is this: like, I'm gonna leave my questions at this. So, like, okay, say that like you were, God forbid, you were dying tomorrow, like you knew tomorrow was gonna be your last day.
Oh
and you had
Jesus.
and you
It's
had to
getting
write
dark.
a book, and you had to write a book about your life. Like, what would the title of that book be and why?
1,000 ways to kill yourself in different ways.
No, that's terrible.
In the sauna.
this is hard, man.
Mhm.
So you said title of the
Yep. Title of the book of your life and why?
Man, this is when I gotta think, bro. You can't put me on the spot like this.
Yeah, I know. I want you to think.
Ken, what's yours?
Genuinely.
What's yours? Maybe I'll get some ideas. What's yours?
Mine? You want to know mine?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It would just be my name and then the biop of it in the
You
front.
fucking
No,
puss.
it would be. And then the title of it would be like, the title I would put like Kenya Clark and I put struggles. And then bam.
Oh, you know what? I got mine. It would be, I mean, my name, obviously. It would be just be Leonel Franco. This is temporary.
Why?
This is temporary. That's a good one. I like that.
Temporary. Because it is, like we're only here for a short amount of time. And everything is temporary. Like I said,
Everything has a timestamp.
Yeah, everything. Like life could be going good, life could be going bad, but no matter what, it's gonna be temporary. It's not always gonna be good. It's not always gonna be bad. And that's just how life is.
I heard Josh Bridges say it once. He was talking about buds.
Oh,
I
wow.
knew it. God damn it.
It's a rice burner.
God, I fucking knew exactly. Yes. I was off, but I was picturing 2 doors. I was picturing very low to the ground. I was picturing kind of compact.
And his phone screen's
I
correct.
Bro, I have 2 12s in my trunk and I just be blasting music, bro.
I fucking picked that.
Yeah, he's
Oh my
23
God.
years old, 100%. He's
I love
Oh my God.
I love
Do you have like
bro.
do you have like 90 of those what are they, the smell trees or whatever for like the black ice?
ones.
No, I don't have that. I have that you put in the air vent,
The
Okay.
Febreze ones, just
like the clip ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I have those. So I'll just take it out, put a new one in.
Back to the Josh Bridges thing. I heard him say one time, it was like he was talking about buds, and he said the only thing that other than having to ring a bell and I give up that way, he was like, all of that shit was like, you knew going into it. Like when we went to basic training and shit, I laughed when we got like our shark attack and shit. Like there's kids like falling down the stairs of the bus.
yeah.
There are people running into each other. I'm like, if I just walk and grab my shit and then run after I have all my shit on, it's like this is gonna end. But me wiping out on the fucking pavement to get 100 yards from here, fuck that, dude.
I remember that shit.
So all of basic training that went for me too. Like I'd wake up in the mornings and be like, fuck, man, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe this isn't for me. By 9:30, I was like, oh, well, lunch is in 3 hours, so we'll make it there. And then dinner's in 7 hours.
Yeah.
Exactly. And most things, everybody doesn't think of them that way. But most, if not all things, have like an expiration date that you will stop doing it because nobody is going to put you through that forever.
Yeah, it's not gonna be forever. Like a workout.
There's no coach that can write a workout that's going to last forever.
Yeah, it's not gonna last forever. The good or the bad.
I mean, unless your coach is asking you to like do overhead squats at a weight that you know you can't do, and then you break your neck, because that'll last forever.
That'll forever.
That would definitely last forever. Yeah.
Rip.
So now I want to hear this shit talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's what I'm really here for.
3 minutes of shit talking. Go for it.
He's gonna be super nice, and we're gonna be disappointed.
Nah, they just post a lot on their stories, bro. I'm like,
Damn, he went straight for the stories.
Bro. Like they be posting like 10, 15 stories a day, bro. Like fuck.
What I don't understand, and I'll tell this straight to Milan's face. I don't understand how the fuck he has so much time in the day to post so many goddamn stories.
Exactly.
He's a mechanic in the army.
Like full-time father. He's in the army. He's doing CrossFit, and he's over here posting about him having a conversation with the guy in the gym, telling him about his ass.
He's definitely got a social media guy, because that motherfucker gets caught on camera by his coworkers so many times.
That's what I'm saying. Like every other story is him getting in trouble, bro.
Yeah, like I look at it and I'm like, man, I have a lot of time during my day because I work from home, but holy shit, I don't even post that many stories. I post like 3 a week. Like, how the fuck does he?
Are you talking
time?
shit? Are you talking shit about how much they post or the content that they post?
How much? Like,
Because they post a lot of the same content.
Yeah,
They
Not like the same videos, but like the same genre and same subjects.
yeah. And then they'll put like a song they like with the lyrics all big and shit.
Dude,
And
I
I'm
can't
trying to-
fucking
and I'm
skip
trying to
it.
Click and I can like, I don't want to know what this song is.
It's annoying, bro.
All right, what else you got? What else
Yeah.
about minimum those two? But we can go to just about anybody you
I'm
want.
gonna see Hayes next week anyway, so it's funny.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm going down to TVO to do quarterfinals.
Oh, you're doing the camp thing?
Yeah, well, not camp. I just asked James. I was like, man, being at altitude is not good for me and exercising. So can I come down there? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, okay.
fucking turd.
I don't know. All I'm saying is they better make semis, bro.
I think Jalen will. I'm 100%. I'm like 90. I'll give it 85% sure Jalen will. Hayes is a big boy like me, so I mean that's kind of a
Damn, he called fat Hayes. You
Hayes
suck.
He's gonna have to have some draw the luck with the workouts if
yeah.
he wants to qualify.
Why you say that? Go ahead. Why do you say it? Because he's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and I think he has a certain skill set. You know.
Ooh, he said.
Yeah.
He said
what
he
is
got
his
a
skill set?
wheelhouse.
What's his skill set?
Yeah.
Talking shit.
I think moving weight. You know,
Oof.
he's obviously a very strong athlete, and you get him on a machine, he'll do pretty good. But I think
Oh, don't be nice and coy with it.
no, but I think you get him to do some body weight stuff, he won't do as good as some other people.
I feel
Damn,
that because
Hayes, he said you can't do push-ups, you can't do burpees, you can't do pistols, you can't do muscle ups.
Not that he can't do them. It's just like
he's gonna be
when you get to that top 120 in the US or in North America, you got to be excellent at that stuff. You know.
Yeah. I can attest to it. Like I am 200.
He knows I'm just talking shit because I'm not where he is, so I'm not a.
I'm not even close to that area of going to a semifinal. My coach is like, "You can do it if you try really hard." I'm like,
no, you need to move out of Colorado Springs.
Like I know Connor, but yeah, I need to leave Colorado Springs because I'm like, it's killing me to be here. Like my blood cells explode.
So just move to San Antonio and then follow me to my next studio station after that.
Oh my
we'll put a podcast studio together, right?
You got to get out of the fucking army.
No, sorry. I don't know.
You
I kind
have
of want
to.
that retire. I want that retirement, bro.
Bro, just get disability. That's what I got. I'm fucking broken.
All right. Well, you know what? I would bring up some of our sponsors today, but again, I'm wearing one of them, but I'm not going to say the name today. I'm not giving out any free shout outs. No.
Go ahead. Just do it.
Fuck that shit.
But we do have Hero Barbell.
We do have Hero Barbell. They're good dudes. Use promo code. What is it? Not.
No, it's
black and white.
Black ampersand sign, white 10.
Okay. Well, you heard it there, and it'll be in the description below.
Yeah.
At some point, we're gonna have to write these down because I need to know them.
I have them all written. Well, yeah, I need to send them to you because you can't read or write. Fuck.
Hey, we are doing a little race though to see who can overhead squat 365 first.
Really?
Ooh, brought to you by Mod Balls.
Yeah,
fucking nerds.
A little competition. It's me, Jalen, and Hayes. We're trying to see who can overhead squat 365 first.
Ken, go out in the garage and just do it real quick. Video and submit that.
Yeah, the loser or the losers have to post the winner on their story for a week straight, like a photo of their liking. I'm gonna be like, yo, if I win, y'all gonna post me my boxers every day, bro.
Damn, that's fucking awesome.
Hayes said this motherfucker.
Dude,
yeah, just put a cone, put a traffic cone over your junk and send them that picture.
But you fucking snatch balance 315 the other day.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty close. I think I told Jalen, I was like, if that actually comes up in quarterfinals, like a winner max overhead squat, I think we can all hit 365 because we're all like pretty close in numbers.
Dude, I haven't overhead squat. I think most of overhead squat is 345. I never tried to go any higher than that. I just never really had the reason to.
You know, now I'm just starting to think of all the pictures that I want to see on Hayes's Instagram story. So I'm going to say buy a Trump flag, stand in front of it in your boxers with a MAGA hat on.
Oh God, don't do that to them. That's fucked.
So crazy, bro.
Dude,
no, this is fucked up. But
being a man and having to do that would just be
my coach wrote for tomorrow. He was like, all right, you got a 10-minute window to do a 3-rep max bench press, and then you got another 10-minute window to do an overhead squat 1-rep max. And I was like, this sounds really familiar. These motherfuckers are already doing this. It's like, what the fuck? So yeah, I'm gonna see tomorrow how much I do. I'll post it on my story, whatever I get to. I just never have ever thought to do it ever.
Oh, I'll plug I forgot about Airwave. My fucking little ambassadorship. Some dumb shit. Have you tried Airwave yet, Leo?
No, I haven't tried it.
Do you chew gum while you work out?
Yeah, I chew gum every single workout.
Do you grind your teeth while you work out or like while you're lifting?
No.
Okay. Well, if you don't want to do either one of those things and you have a problem with that, or if you just want to be able to breathe a little bit better, I would say, as much as I hate the fucking word ambassador, I will say the woman that gave me the elevator pitch that made me get or just like purchase it, it was phenomenal. I still don't know her fucking name. I wish I did.
Tell her Susan.
No, I don't like that name.
Kathy.
I don't like that. Nope.
Stacy, bro. Stacy.
Stacy. Okay, you know what? Fuck. All right, Stacy.
That's a sexy
That's
name.
the name. That's the name we give to girls now.
Stacy.
Like they're just a bunch of Stacys, you know.
Oh. Remember that podcast? Remember that podcast with Hayes that we didn't talk about a certain somebody that was in the background or whatever? That was a Stacy.
Yeah, that
must have been a Stacy.
Stacy.
Jeez. Well, go out, look up Airwave. I think that they, for as much as like I got it with an elevator pitch, they are pretty good. I've worn an Airwave or used it every day for like the last probably like 6 months or so. But use SH10. So Sierra Hotel 10 has a code. Help your boy get a little bit of extra bread.
Yeah, because he needs it. He's having a baby, so he's gonna need.
Hey, man, we're not supposed to be talking about that on here.
What do you mean? It's
I have.
we already
There are
talked about it
people
like
in my
8
life that I
times.
have not told about yet.
Why? You know what? I'm not even gonna ask why you have.
'Cause,
it. Like,
Dude, when before you have like the fucking I keep wanting to call it a sonogram. What the fuck are they called?
ultrasound.
Ultrasound, motherfucker. I can't remember that word for the life of me.
Told you.
Before you have that, nobody gives a fuck if you're just like posting on your story. Oh, we're pregnant. No, they want the goddamn picture in the ultrasound. Okay, that's what everybody wants.
Fucking baby's gonna have sunglasses on.
That my baby's gonna be jacked too.
But Leo, tell everybody where they can find you, like all of your socials. Go ahead and stick them in there real quick.
All right, Instagram at LEOLAFLEURR. TikTok.
Wait, spell it.
LEO.
He's got to think about it.
Yeah. LEOLAFLEURR. 2 R's. Fleur.
You should just put your username or your handle should be Fittest in Nevada. Wait, just call that out. Yeah.
TikTok. Where's your TikTok?
People will get mad, bro.
Wait, you have a TikTok? Are you dancing in this shit while you're working out or something, or is this just videos of you?
No, I just
Just work out? Okay, sweet.
I'm trying to get a little more active on there because one of my friends does it. He posts like some like funny stuff. Like he's a personal trainer here in Vegas, and man, dude, if you get a little bit of following on TikTok, like that shit carries over to your Instagram, and then it helps you just blow up, and then all these companies want to pay you to have their stuff in their videos, and it just like, even though it may seem like kind of cringe or whatever, like it's pretty good like business opportunity, you know, like if you
It's like gooder for us, except they didn't give us a fucking promo code yet.
Yeah.
Fucking turds.
Bunch of bastards.
Still wear your sunglasses, but fix your shit, motherfuckers.
I still got to get a promo code from Mod Balls too.
Oh, you're sponsored by Mall Balls? I made that joke about them.
Yeah, one of the I don't know if he's like an owner or something, but he came to the gym and he kind of like talked to me a little bit. He gave me like 2 bags and then he shipped me over some bags, and I take him every day. So yeah, Mod Balls. I don't have a code yet, but
Damn, we got to get him a better elevator pitch than
Yeah, we
that.
gotta get him a way better one. Like really good.
Let's reach out to Mod Balls, huh?
It's my balls. Balls.
And then who gave Hayes a belt? Was that Blitz belts? Because I wanted to talk shit about their.
Blitz Belt sends me stuff. They send me.
Yeah, but I was going to talk shit about Hayes and Jalen coming on our podcast to plug themselves, and they finally got belts.
Finally.
Yeah.
I told Blitz Belts about them, and then Victory Grips. I put them on the list of like the experimental grips and all that stuff. And now they are like, oh my gosh, like people get really.
When am I getting my grips?
They don't. Whenever they send them,
Okay.
I'll talk to Vic. He'll send them whenever. Probably like April. But yeah, like usually people will give you things if you just ask them. Like, hey, I'll wear your things in a video. All right, cool. Here's a thing. Dude,
Dude, that's what I was trying to do with fucking Hero Barbell and then Below Parallel, but Below Parallel hasn't gotten back to us.
did you spell the message right?
Damn.
Jesus Christ, man. It's funny because he messaged you about coming on a podcast, Leo, and then I messaged you again, and you responded to my message. And then I was like, yeah, he responded, da da da. And he was like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, man. It's not, it's
I mean, he initially replied to me, but he replied about like dates and times to you.
because I can spell.
Oh, well. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's give this man some free time today. He's probably going to
Yeah.
go train.
This is Leo Franco, everybody. And he's any parting words for everybody, Leo?
Not really.
It's only temporary.
Yeah, this is temporary.
That's his book.
All right,
when he makes it.
All right, everybody. Get out of here. Get fucked. We're going to go do some man shit now.
I'm gonna go fix the car and pee.